time for Fabian Westerheide's favorite part. This time also at the announced time slot, a wrap-up of 2 whole days of AI and 1 whole day of applied AI. He's still getting his microphone because he's really, really surprised about what we're doing now. I like this so much, Fabian, really. I mean, this is the moment he's been planning for half a year, but yes, take your time. It just makes you seem even more exotic and important. And this is Fabian Westerheide getting rigged for his appearance on stage. You were also daydreaming a little there. So
I was honestly checking social media because people out there, they tweeted, they shared, they pushed it on LinkedIn. We just got a very huge article by Deutsche Welle.
Right.
With picture of you, by the way, too.
Wow. Good for them and good for me.
Yes, they reported on us, and I was just reading. I was like, oh, damn it.
Great. Great.
I have to run now.
Thanks for telling me first. So this was your dream for a long, long time. Sometimes when dreams get real, it's not as good as one thought it would be. How was it for you today?
Okay. First, I didn't sleep a lot in the last weeks, so I didn't dream a lot either. Second, I had a business problem. I could not scale. I'm an entrepreneur, and doing physical events is tricky because if you want to have more people, people don't scale. And so I always thought like, oh, I would like to make this open to the whole world, but no one was willing to stream last year or the years before. I offered them, they said, no, we don't want this. We want to be there in person. I don't care if you stream this. Watching this is boring. This year, it's the opposite. Corona forced us to do it, and now the market is there. Everyone is streaming. We had over 1,700 people registered and shared over the several streams over the 2 days, and it's the biggest rise of AI we ever did, and still the smallest rise of AI we ever did. I think this is a beautiful combination.
Right, and finally, I mean, people are used to streaming stuff all the time, and finally something good, right? I think that's why people were watching all the time, right, from beginning to end, which really makes me proud and should make you proud.
It is. There's 1 or 2 guys on LinkedIn who commented every session, who were like analyzing. It's like, man, that's cool. I love this.
Yes.
And I'm very thankful for the people out there. I thank you for still being online, because if you're not, you don't hear this. And I'm very relieved now. Like I was nervous because it was a very tricky thing. What we have there in a tech team, you can check this on social media, behind the stories, it's amazing. And therefore, thank you to the technical team over there who's cutting and editing this in real time. You did an amazing, great job.
Absolutely true. I second your sentiments. So, you know what we say in Germany, nach dem Spiel ist vor dem Spiel, after the game is before the game, right? So what are the next stops on the Rise of AI roadmap? Should we mark any dates in our calendar yet?
So first, no vacation.
All right. For any of us, or?
No, you can do vacation. I'll sometimes say vacation is to take a break from your life, but I enjoy my life. Right. And it's great. Sure, I will try to take my wife a little bit outside for a couple of days, but still, we already have planned the next one. Next year, we want to continue streaming to the world. We want to make all this accessible for everyone, but because of Corona, it will be physical, very limited, invite only. So if you want to be there in person, be nice to Veronika, and we will create a small guest list of people there. You will be there again, I know. Some of the speakers will be here again, and then we will do it, the same.
Right.
Also, what I like this year, last year we had 4 stages, and I saw no talk at all because I was running all the time. This year we had 2 stages, and they were not in parallel. It was beautiful because first time I could see my own conference.
Great. And I have to correct your little husband's mistake. It doesn't matter if you want to be here in person next year or not. Please be nice to Veronika anyway, right? Right. So I know that you desperately wanted to get some of your team on stage. I think this will probably make it hard for the cameras because we will have to have a very even distribution here, right?
No, we are fine, and I have the same household with her.
All right.
We are a team. But I please ask my team to come.
Right.
Leave your very comfortable chairs.
How about a little applause for the team?
Join on stage. So, I will move a little bit to you.
Sure. I'll make some room.
We have enough space. First, I start with her because you know that. Big hand for Veronika, please. Whatever you see, whatever you tasted, or what you heard, it's from her. She is the mastermind of making this a beautiful organization, of making it very professional, this stage design, the details. I mean, for weeks we were discussing every minor detail. She is the mastermind behind it to make this physical happening, and I thank her a lot for this. We move the camera now, for a second, to Florian. If you're out there, try to hire this guy. He is the mastermind behind figuring out how we can stream this with OBS, with all the technical setup behind there. We had weeks of where we pivoted and tried and experimented a lot with virtual chat. And I have to say, big thank you for running this. You saw nothing in real time, I know, but he managed, 20, 30 virtual calls, partial. I think, thank you very much. And then, I wait until the camera shows you. This is Tina. And Tina, you have mainly seen in the chat today. She was in all the chats, everywhere present, taking care that you get connected, that you know what's happening, how to ask questions, curate them. She was babysitting all our partners in a positive way, like helping them to promote themselves the best way, how to attract, etc. So she's in the background too. Also, she was and is our first full-time hire. And I say this with being proud because she's employee number 1, and maybe in 10 years this is something great. Also, for us, this year was not easy for events. I think it's the hardest year ever to do physical events, and therefore I'm very thankful for this loyal team, for your dedication, for your hard work. Thank you again. And I say also thank you to all the people in the background, which is, for example, Jens, who's running with his crew, all the camera, all the lighting, everything behind it. We have Thomas there, who's taking pictures all the time. You will see them later and can enjoy them. I say thank you for the audio and the video team, for the hostess in the background. We had a huge team, not huge. This year, Corona, we had to reduce it a lot, but we made it happen, and we made it happen even we have high Corona barriers to make this a very safe thing. We all felt comfortable, and I think a lot of us started even enjoying it, being either at home and enjoying this, or sitting one of these very comfort chairs, having a popcorn here, and binge watching all the talks with eating popcorn all the time, and someone serving you drinks. It's like they didn't want to leave because their bellies were full. And last but not least, I want to thank our partners, because you in the stream, you didn't pay for it. And I think this is good, because this was my dream all the time to make this free. But just in contrast, for last year, for example, the average ticket price was to cover for the cost 600 euros. This year was free. And we could only run this for the commitment of the team, but also for the commitment of our partners who were there, who supported us through the crisis and stayed with us. And I want to thank them for being loyal, for supporting us, and being flexible and adaptive, to be brave enough to support a hybrid format where we didn't know how well it went, but it went really well. Thank you for everyone out there too. Whew, did I forget anyone? I did. You want me to mention them by name? Okay, first I want to mention KI Park. We had today a talk about them, and it's something you really should check out. Second, I want to mention IBM, because IBM is a loyal partner for years too, and they are needed in the infrastructure space, and we work for them for years too. Third, I want to mention Siemens, who is there for the first time, and It was a really good relationship in the background. I really liked the team, and I was positively convinced that a very old existing company can be very modern and flexible. I think this was something too. I want to mention Huawei out there who gave me. It was very interesting. I never had so many people involved in a group call to discuss what to do, and so they were very dedicated in the background and gave me a lot of advice how to do it, and I think this was really good, and there was commitment too. And then we have privacy solutions. You saw this talk by Jochen on the hybrid stage, and he was here the whole time and checking it out too. We had Cognigy with us. We had Accenture yesterday, who did the Humanity Challenge. I think this was really interesting too, because and I want this for next year too, they asked us if they can link to our platform and host their competition with us, because we share community this way, we can share the technology. I think this is also a way how we can cooperate next year more with partners. Use us, because we know how to run events. Use us to help us running your events at the same time, because then we share the community, the reach, the social activity, etc. Anyone else? Oh yes, Berlin partners, also thank them, because this year they supported us again, and I think it's good that local government is in support. I know how I hustled for AI for years. We didn't get attention from anyone, and then over the years it got better, and the city of Berlin is officially supporting us. I think this is something good, because it shows the commitment of the city to help us and to host us. And all our community partners, which are the... I'm sorry if I don't know all by heart.
Well, no, it's Berlin Digital.
So, I know we are doing it here. So I went to Berlin Digital, which is part of the city of Berlin, and I saw their share on social. We have the DFKI, the German Institute for Artificial Intelligence, which is always a good partner too, and it took us years too to convince them to official partner with them. We have KI Briefing out there. It's a very good curated newsletter in German. You should check it out. It's KI Briefing. We have Netzpiloten, who's always doing really good stuff in the background, good articles. We have T3N, which is the usual tech. You should check it. I mean, it's standard. And I want to mention the Bundesverband KI, which is also a good thing, because 2 years ago, there was no association for AI companies in Germany. And they have grown within 1.5 years from 0 to over 250 AI companies. I think this is itself. And I want to thank all our speakers, because at the end, they are the core. They shared the message. They came here, half of them in person, half of them did it virtual. They did an amazing job. They were very flexible, and they shared so much knowledge with us, which was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And of course, thank you, Fabian, because without you, we wouldn't be here. It would be a little less stressful, but a lot less fun. So thank you. This was Rise of AI Summit 2020. We hope you will stay safe and healthy, and we will see you all again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.